나도 환영이지.
반가워요. 무엇을 도와드릴까요?
그래, 뭐가 필요한 건데? 헤헤, 전투에 필요한 거라면 뭐든 꿰고 있지. 그래, 뭐가 필요한 건데? 헤헤, 전투에 필요한 거라면 뭐든 꿰고 있지. 모기에 관한 거라면 다 나한테 물어보라고. 그래, 뭐가 필요한 건데? 헤헤, 전투에 필요한 거라면 뭐든 꿰고 있지. 모기에 관한 거라면 다 나한테 물어보라고.
Oh, I'm invisible. I'm invisible. Ooh, way here.
그래, 뭐가 필요한 건데?
Alright, this will probably be the last time I stream this. Because, I think for the most part, the only real gameplay loop right now is just do mind blocking, resource defense, and then bang your head against the, the bosses. The boss. Wait, what did I have on the other one? Do this for now just to see. Cause this one's at 21,000. Oh, I had that one. Oh, and I had the crit right. Which I have the crit right here. Yeah, I'll just stick with the messenger. And then just stick with this for some damage for the pylon. Bun, I don't think has been the Devour. I don't know if they're in an attempt right now. But I'd say I'd help out. Tomater, hello, hello, welcome in. How was your week? That's a great name. Yeah, I can't really complain. It's pretty good. It's been a eventful week trying out the open beta. Not bad. I definitely need to remember to like fill out the survey because there's some stuff that I'm like, I don't know if they'll actually change it, but it's a little annoying, but I feel it's pretty good. With yeah, that Devour fight is, I think the healing on it is like super overtuned. Like the healing part of it, I've killed him once. I'm gonna play with a buddy. Play with Bun, because they've been trying to get it. But I think the rest of the fight's just fine. Because like I've killed it once and I got like kind of carried. I think there's like 2 people that were like, they had like really juiced DPS. But like we were all able to clear our own pylons, and even when we all cleared our own pylons like solo at around the same time, like he still healed like half of his health, and I'm just like, that's ridiculous. Actually ridiculous. But aside from that, I think it's fine. But a lot of it's also just that we're just forced capped at like his gearing, and we all kind of like are still trying to figure out how to like do stuff. But all that, yeah, I'm trying. I think I'm gonna try to see if I can get the Dead Bride killed over the weekend. It's just I've used up a lot of resources, so I gotta farm it up so I can upgrade some stuff again. But I think they're pretty fun. I don't think they're too bad. For me personally, it's just because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm kind of just using what little knowledge I can kind of put together from like Warframe that I've played. To try to be like, these seem good together. Dead Bride I don't think was too bad either. I only really attempted her once. It was just that like like 3 of us got caught in the AoE. I saw the animation and the MMO in me was just like, oh, that's a one shot. But like my brain did not move as fast as, or like my hands didn't move as fast as my brain did. Like I got caught in it until we all died, and I was just like, oh. M&O, no, MMO. Vic, please. Don't even know. What's up, Vic? How's this? I just called you Vic. What's up, Vic? How's this week? Yeah, but I think the fight's definitely like doable. I just need to. I also need to not take like Freyna because I don't have like anything super good for her. But I'd like to get it done just to get the effect, the account effect. Though I'm not really too butthurt about it if I don't get it. Since it's an open beta, you know, it's just like, eh. 'Cause I'm sure they'll have like other events in the future with other stuff, so it's all good. The only downside is that like for Jaber, all of his augments come from like the hard modes. And he's got some pretty interesting ones. This is not what I wanted to do. I thought he was swinging at the thing. Oh wow, that was fast. Oh shit, I forget that it like targets the turret. I'm dead. I forget that the turret gets targeted by the AoE. It's only a downside of playing Jaber. Like every time like you put your turret down, it can get targeted. It like doubles down. Oh my god. I also hate how much I'm down again. I'm playing like ass. I hate how like when he focuses on someone, he just focuses on them like the whole time. Like what is it? Executioner and the other one both like they had like these gaps where they would stop like focusing. Like they would shoot like a couple abilities at a player and then they'd stop focusing. But this one, like, he's just like a dog on a chew toy. He just does not want to let up. But the launcher wasn't as effective as I was hoping for. I really need to just stop trying to go for that grapple. I was lucky, guys. That turret deals more damage than you would think. Let's go. I definitely did not do much. I hate this. I hate when like games they like the boss leaves like damage on where the loot is, right? And then it just keeps dealing damage. What did we do? Wish I could see level 40. Yeah, it'll be nice. From what I understand, the beta's like kept at 36, right? Like all the stuff just drops 36. I have a feeling with the 40 jump, the last 4 levels is gonna be like huge. Ah, 4 million. I don't know how much damage the boss has. Oh shit. I think oops. I definitely feel like those last 4 levels are gonna be a pretty big jump in damage. Forgot that I was in a group. I left out of like habit. Did I get a shotgun? I don't think I did. I know I don't have a shotgun because I think I dismantled all of them. So I think I've heard shotguns really good for the pylons. Wait, that's the first time I've gotten it for this gun, yeah. I'm not good enough to use something like that. Tomato, thank you for the follow. Please enjoy your stay. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy the hand cannons. They feel so good in this game. I stopped using it because I didn't have a decent one, because I used it on the ultimate one, the legendary one, and that was a mistake. Because every time I have like teammates that stand in the way and I think I'm whiffing shots, I look at my mana bar and it's all just gone. And I'm just like, oh. Okay. Just... Ooh. I'm glad to have one back. Keep that. I want to go back to farming, see if I can get this set done. I got that when I was farming Executioner for all the with all the amorphous stuff I have. Yeah, because I have 2-piece. I want to see if I can get the 4-piece. And Warframe in forever? I guess I kind of like recently got into it again, because there was a while like I tried Warframe back when it was like newer and I couldn't really get into it too much, and then like I got back into it again recently and I put a decent amount of hours into it, but I'm taking a little break from it now. I go back to play other games that I've played a lot of, like Path of Exile recently with their new league, stuff like that. What's up, Juju? Hello, how was your day? And then I gotta get back into TFT to try to get Diamond again, and then get back into Apex to grind the BP. Because this BP is actually pretty good. Oh, I don't think I've... This one for sure, I haven't upgraded any of these. Yep. And I don't have like anywhere near enough resources for it. I think I like the LMG. But yeah, I definitely like the hand cannons, they're pretty good. It also trips me up that like there's the little like wrench symbol when someone's in like the menu. I kind of want them to change that to something else, because every time I see that pop up I think someone's having like connection problems and I'm like, oh no, and then it took me a while to realize that it's just them in their like menu like doing stuff. The problem on this one is I don't have like any resources to level up any of the mods. Also, I really wish for the legendaries, they would swap the, Like they would make it so that you could put like different helmets on. Like they would just split it up, the helmet and the body skins. Cause like for instance, Ajax, I like his like the model of his regular helmet.
거신에 대한 정보가 궁금하십니까?
But like I don't like the helmet or the legendary like skin they gave us for Ajax. Because it doesn't have horns. So therefore it's worse. Lots of Ajax players today though. Oh, I forgot to put. I'm still gonna take a decent amount of damage. I don't actually remember what the weakness is. I just made the LMG because it has like built-in built-in fire resistance decrease. Oh my god. Well, that was fun. They all got caught in the AoE. It's harder than you thought. Yeah, when you see Dead Bride go immune, you have to just leave. Like run away from her because that's when she goes and it's a lot of damage. We have a third. We have flute. I think it's just we just need to learn that fight. From what I've heard, like Dead Bright is more of like survivability thing. Gracias por agua. AKA don't die to her sphere of pain. Uh oh. Oh, fourth? It'd have to be up to Bun. Bun's the one in charge. I'm just here to get my carcass dragged into it. I'm just here to suffer. Oh my god, I don't have enough points. Whatever, we'll just go with this. That's fucking good. Does not reach. Stuff on my break, you fucker. Oh, is it her cape is the target? Fuck, that's kind of hard to aim at. Or probably not. I'm just probably like really dog shit at aiming. Oh, she moves the bubble? I didn't know that. That's actually kind of fucked. I actually didn't notice she moved the bubble. I don't think any of those from this looks like She just marked myself turret like instantly. Rude. Actually rude. Oh my god, those are such good hits. Oh shit. I'm leaving. I don't like that her capes are like the thing to hit. They move too much. I mean, it's, well, actually it's arguable. Won't you fucking teleport over here? Yeah, those capes need to have like a bigger hitbox or some shit. Fuck. The capes, like, the hitbox on the capes, like, just... I've hit him once. And all the times I shot at them. Just aim for the body. Is that what it is? I was just trying to aim at the spots that, at the spots that's for, like, that's like the glowing red that's usually, but I guess maybe it's just a body thing. Like the upper part. Oh, neither of those hit. They weren't close enough. Woo, church. Wait, combat. But my turret just like destroys the fucking kingfishers. That's so nice. I appreciate you, turret. She does not. I appreciate you though, turret. He very blatantly just shot at my turret. Oh. Did he just enter? Where did my turret get placed? Did he actually interrupt me while I was like trying to cast my turret? forgot to. I haven't been able to go put on chill immunity. Or the, not the immunity, but the chill resistance. I don't instantly get fucking murked in this bubble. They don't track there as well as they did on the Devourer. I don't know if it's because of a smaller hitbox or what. The sucky part is she's just like, they need to change the AI on that. I think they need to confine like how far out of the fucking arena she goes. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's way too small of a fucking target. That's such a small target. How do they expect you to shoot that frenzy mode? Like, I see the crystals that Bun was talking about. There's the 2 pink crystals on it, and it's just like, because that's the issue I had with the Executioner and the Devourer. Where, well, less the Devourer, because the Devourer is the pylon, not him. The Executioner is the one that's like really annoying because like I'm 90% sure his little frills count as like his actual model. Recipes, Bun. So like when you try to shoot the crystal, it's like you can't, and it's just like it's too small. Like it's too small, and they put it on like the worst spot. They're like, yeah, we're gonna put that on like areas that just constantly move, so you can't shoot them. 3 seconds left on the timer. Damn. Yeah, I saw someone, I think it was on Reddit, was talking about they almost killed her. Like they were down to like, they had like 10 seconds left, and they brought her down to like a sliver of HP left, and then she went into the frenzy mode like instantly. It's just like, bruh. I don't actually know if this like matters as much. Where do I put the antibodies? biggest issue is I don't have too much resources for trading. I am a broke ass. Probably like
모듈이 당신을 더 강하게 만들어줄 거야.
right. I don't remember what damage, like, not typing she was weak to. I think they've stacked a little bit too much shit together.
좀비는 다 되셨습니까?
No, I know she's fire, but there's the actual type, like burst, smash. Yeah, this one. The weak points. It's burst. Well, I'm just gonna pack the LMG so that way I can at least lower her fire resistance. That's the ammo typing. So like if you look at the gun, if you hover over it where it says machine gun, you'll see the little symbol. That means this is a crush typing. The beam rifle is also a crush typing. This one's a pierce with the arrows. Burst are SMGs with a little star thing. That's what that means. It's just that if I'm mistaken, there's like, it doesn't do anything for like your actual like increase in damage. It's just the bullet damage typing. Like basically like slash, pierce, blunt, and Monster Hunter. This is the equivalent from what I can gather. And I think it only really has a it only really dictates how much like the effect on when you're trying to like break parts. Like I don't think it has any actual like damage. But I could be wrong about that. To be fair, like it's hard to tell because a lot of times like I've noticed a lot of stuff just like is translated poorly. Like MP and HP leech isn't actually leech, it's just MP HP recovery from items. Like you don't actually leech that MP, which I was a little disappointed in. I think like I'd say it's like easier than the Devour just because like she doesn't have as much one shot outside of the dome, or at least like her one shots are easier to dodge because like Devour had a lot of moves that just had a really big hitboxes for no reason. Also, it's a little skewed because I have Frostbite immunity in this fight. I don't have the poison immunity one. That's the one I'm missing. I have the one for fire, for electricity, and for ice. I don't have the one for so I don't have to deal with the ticking damage or getting frozen. But like I think the worst part is that her frenzy crystal is on the fucking gun. Like I think the frenzy crystal should just be like, it should be like this one big like crystal, or like this, like the pylon should be like on the back and the chest like of every boss fight, or well, not every boss fight, but it should be somewhere like, I don't know, that doesn't move 20,000 different times in a second. Cause like, I think I hit it once when I shot at it with my SMG. Even then, I think it'd be hard pressed to still land a shot on it though. Cause like it's the arm. Cause like executioners could be a little rough depending on how he moves, because, and that's on his back, and that crystal's way bigger than the one that's on her gun. Like I don't know who thought that putting it on her gun was a good idea. Like at the very least, it should be on the back. Like it should either be on the back or like popping out of her shoulders or some shit like that. I don't know. Cause it's really weird how. But like, Gravewalker, right, has one on every leg that you have to break. Like, if it was more like that, that'd be pretty cool. It kind of makes sense for Executioner, because it's like, you know, he's like conducting electricity through it, so it's kind of thematic. But for her, like, it just, even if it's thematic, it just feels bad. Because it's like, you gotta kind of be like a crack shot at it to hit it. That or just have her like close enough and not like murdering your face. Which is also a little on the rough side. Don't I have a... I do. Oh fuck, right, I don't have the fire one for this one. I'll leave that on just because she has normal resistance to that. I think I have one of those. But yeah, like she feels less frustrating, I guess, if that can make sense. Cause like Devour, I think it's just the healing. I don't like how much he heals off of like his pylon phase. To be honest, I've never thought of like self-healing as a mechanic for a boss fight is always kind of finicky. I don't mind that it's attached to the pylon phase, but I feel like it takes too long. Or like it not takes too long, it heals too much in the time span. Because even if you like get 4 people and you all happen to guess the general area the pylons are gonna spawn, and you all get there and break it like within 1 to 2 of his casts, he still is gonna heal like about half of his HP back. And he's particularly tanky, but I think that's just a level 36 item level problem. But I do like his mechanics actually. Like he's probably the most MMO-y fight so far out of all the Colossus. Yeah. I don't necessarily mind it being a challenge. What I do mind is that like I would say the game does a pretty bad like, I mean, a lot of people are going, we'll talk about how it's like, oh, it's the beta, and so the beta is going to be, you know, overtuned. It's like the problem isn't just that, is that unless they change, that means when you hit like towards the end game wall, like in the actual game, the game itself is not going to explain how to get over that wall very well. Ooh, bitch. She one shot Timmy. Oh, no, Timmy's fine. No, she missed. We're fine. We're chilling. Oh, she angry. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I can't get over there. Yeah, but like this is less of a like less of like a game problem per se, and more of like a gaming philosophy issue, right? When developers do stuff, a lot of times there's like a bit of an oversight because it's not exactly easy to wire into a game for like how to like get over walls and stuff. Because like Warframe doesn't do it very well either. If I didn't have people that know how to play Warframe, I would not fucking get over half of the walls I ran into. That's just because people are like, oh, it's just like these are the mods you need and this is how they interact and stuff like that. Like for instance, I am assuming that different mod types like give you a bigger, like combining different mod types give you a bigger like bonus than if you just focus on one, right? So like if you get like one for skill damage, then you get the one for like, for instance, Jaber, it's like skill damage, probably a non-attribute, and then like dimension. If you get like 3 of those mods together, like, right, it'd probably like it would be stronger than if you just focused on one of them, is what I'm assuming, because that's how most games work. But I don't actually know. So it's just like oh fuck. I hate how like the turret, like the assault turret has way higher aggro than like you would think. Like the healing turret specifically says it taunts things, but like the assault turret has really high aggro on it. Like I put it down while she was like mid cast on that and she like targeted him and just blasted him to death. Her weak points are really hard to like aim at for me. Oh, she's angry. But even with like a decent amount of chill resistance, she fucking slaps. I did not mean I pushed the wrong button. Hey! He's trying to kill me. All I did was steal her chicken nuggets. Oh. Oop. Ah, fuck, I was too slow. I really feel like just enhancing the turret should just automatically refresh the duration. To some degree. Like, I know there's a skill mod for it where instead of like enhancing, it just automatically heals and refreshes, but okay. Yeah, she just has a small hitbox problem where it's like she moves a lot, which is pretty normal in most small hitbox bosses. See you later, nerds. That's what I think about your stupid ads. Shit. Bro, I thought she had casted it again already. Hey, those are some good shots. Button, please. I didn't have time to fucking heal him. I kind of have a feel for where to aim on that. Bro, the amount that you slow down when you crawl is ridiculous. Like, actually ridiculous. Let's go! Let's go! 7 seconds left, baby! To be honest, like, Jaber, I like using Jaber, but he has a slight problem in the fact that, like, he feels so clunky to use. Because like there's a pretty decent lag between his abilities. I don't know if you pay attention to his cooldowns, it's like the worst offenders, because like his cooldown for his turrets will reach the full bar, right? Telling you that it's done being on cooldown, like it'll finish counting, and then it'll still stay grayed out for like another second or two before you can actually push the button. And it's just like, why?
하트다.
Yeah, does it? Yeah, there's a couple of them that do that. I didn't notice it until like doing Jaber though, because his is that's kind of because he has like so many abilities that do it. Because like on Ajax, like most of Ajax's abilities, when they come off cooldown, they come off cooldown. It's just I don't know if it's an actual like game problem or if it's like a server load problem. Like the server doesn't think that it's off cooldown. Ah, let's go. Yeah, I do like the Dead Bride's actually really good.
말이 길었군. 보이드 요격전 임무를 일전에 엑시큐셔너를 보이드 역사.
I didn't see how much damage I done. I wasn't paying attention. Just a bug. Yeah, I think it's just like a mix of probably like a bug and a load problem. $3.4 mil. That's about the same as what I did on Devour, I feel. Actually, no, I think that's a little less than what I did on Devour. What's the cooldown for 3, or the ability cooldown finishes while you have your 3 on still? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's probably an issue just with the code or something. Cause like I have Freyna's 1 like that. Like her ability, I have the duration on it almost the same amount as the cooldown. And it like, it will have a little bit of a lag, but not as bad as Jaber's turrets. Jaber's turrets so far, like from all the characters I've played so far, is the worst offender. Because the game just sits there and is like, do we want to give you back 2 of your abilities? Do the next boss? I mean, I'm down to try. I have like no resources to do anything. anti-freeze for the fire stuff. I'll just have to put like basic mods in. Well, I guess I could put like a level into like the heat antibody. I don't know what he's weak to. I'm assuming ice, but I definitely don't have any ice shit like leveled.
보이드는 극도로 비논리적인 시공간입니다.
짜증나는데.
Yeah, ice. I definitely don't have any of the ice mods leveled. The toilet. I guess we can go back to the... Oh, how much would it cost to like upgrade? I got space, I can deal with it later. Upgrade the Thunder Cage effect. $50,000. I keep forgetting that it has like reduced base reload speed, because it doesn't feel like it. Or at least I don't really notice it. I'm just gonna leave the electric on that one. I like the special mods. I think those are pretty cool. Yeah, this one's really good for AoE stuff. I was using a lot when I was farming the resource defense.
작업대원들이 고생이죠. 갑자기 카일의 아르키가 발휘될 줄 누가 알았겠어요?
It does kind of suck though, because I really like playing Freyna. Like, Freyna is actually probably one of like my actual favorite character to play. I just like the way her kit feels, but she feels pretty eh. Oh, they took the executioner. I didn't actually pay attention to the model earlier. They took the executioner one and made it fiery and fancier, because the helmet is different. That's pretty cool. Burst. Or crush, burst, crush. Burst, burst. Rush on a fire amplifier. I'm still concerned about these. Because like since they're continuously giving it to us, we don't know how hard it is actually going to be to get those. And I'm slightly concerned they'll monetize them. This would be really good for Glay.
기습 심해지고 있어요. 사령부에서 어디 공격
Yeah, I'd say that Devour, I feel like it's just like it's ironic because a lot of people are just like, oh, it's the gate, because it reminds me of like in World of Warcraft and raiding, right? When they added the levels of difficulty for like the current ones, like normal, heroic, mythic, they made a they've even welcome back. They've even officially like confirmed it, at least back when I played, and I haven't played since like the beginning of Shadowlands, that the initial bosses, like the first like 3 bosses, are supposed to be easier than like the last half of the previous tier of difficulty, right? So if you're doing like normal and you're at like the last like 3 bosses, the first 3 bosses of heroic are easier to do than those last 3 bosses, and it's a design choice, so that way players who are struggling can go do like the first 3 bosses, gain loot, and then go back and kill the other 3 bosses, the last 3 bosses on normal.
사랑하는 사람들과 지낼 수 있어 얼마나 행복한지 몰라.
And I don't know if it's intentional, but this one gave me that feel, right? Where it was just like, it was just like, you did Devour, and Devour was such a struggle, like just felt like a struggle, while this one just felt like, alright, we just need to learn like what she does and then just not get murdered by it. Another battlesuit melting nuts. Goodness.
우리도 유격전에 저도 공격하나? 사령관님에게 그거는
I am ready to go get burnt to a crisp.
보이드 역사를
어느 용감한 태역군인 덕분에 곧 괜찮은 무기가 보급될 겁니다. 정말 기쁘네요.
I'm still kind of, I'm slightly disappointed in Kyle. Not completely. I really think I just don't like his one, and his one annoys me. Because I feel like the rest of his kit's fine. I like the responsive time for being able to flip open his shield is actually ridiculous. It's so fast. Like, it's just so fast to do it. Though I also learned the hard way through Executioner that you cannot dodge roll while you have the shield up. So that's fun. But I think the shield like mechanic also kind of like negates some of the damage you take, because I didn't get one-shotted. But yeah, you can't dodge roll while you're blocking with Kyle's shield. But that fucking shield can eat like so much damage, it is ridiculous. Cause like my Kyle's only like level 20 something. I think he's like 27, 28, something like that at most. Like I did like I had him doing Executioner like at level, granted with like stronger mods, but he was still like, he was like level 21 or something, and he was just eating up the Executioner attacks, no real big problem. I really like Bun for real, taking like 3 seconds to join. Oh my goodness. The chains are really cool. Bun got roasted. He's killing my turret. Oh, he's doing this one. Oh shit. Luke got arrested. Holy fuck. Yeah, the aggro on the assaulter is a little much sometimes. He's angry. What in the fuck is going on? Oh, this is not gonna be fun, I can already tell. Alright, never mind. I thought he was gonna summon us like inside of his circle things. I was very afraid. I hate how the Kingfishers have the little like spin thing. Hey, no way, the stupid Kingfisher with the stupid like giant AoE thing. Dog, get off me. That was like actual damage. That was such good damage. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my god, I dodge rolled like into all the fire shit that you could possibly dodge into. I will say that the one thing I don't like is I don't think the ground markers are obvious enough for some of the abilities. Not all of them, but there's a couple. Like that one, like there was one that it was like I detest the fact that like just because like the positioning is out of range, it stops you from like it just cancels the summon. It's actually just really annoying for a Jabber. That's one of my main complaints with him. Like it happens with both of his turrets, like yeah, I'm doing like no damage because I have like my mods are just not up to snuff for this. I still don't think it makes sense for his healing turret to be the one that has the taunt on it. But yeah, I think like they need to replace the initial red ring with like they have these chain like models already. Why does the beginning model not just literally show a small version of the red ring of those chains that then expands? Like why is that not a thing? I tell like no damage because my cold mods are just like none of them are upgraded because I have nothing.
공급 완료. 어서 일어나.
물에 빠진 거 아니거든?
Cause yeah, that's my kind of decent gripe with like the pyro dude. Like there's honestly there's no excuse for why the pyro guys like AoE doesn't just start with the chain things and then expands out. Like really no excuse. The model's there. It has to like it doesn't just appear out of nowhere. They've already done the work for it. So they may as well just like you know just make it start from there. And if it's just like, oh, well, the damage doesn't start yet, then just make the start model like really small and then have it expand out and just deal damage as it expands out. It'll be the same thing. That, or you can literally just have it show up for like 2 seconds, dealing no damage, giving people time to leave, and then it starts expanding and dealing damage. And then it's a very like just natural in-game way of seeing like what's trying to end your existence.
다음 비에도에서 살아고 싶다.
That's pretty cool though. I didn't actually expect to kill Dead Bride though.
지금은 날 위해
Because now we get the exclusive effect skins. I think that means I've gotten like just about everything important from the beta. This, I don't know. Like I'm assuming this, like this stays with us. Like this one, but I don't know. Because it's in line with these things and I highly doubt that all of this shit is gonna like transfer. I'm on a bowl.
터리 동기
Everybody's favorite crutch. In a boat like Leo, if you go, then you show not me, oh. Yeah, that should be the same damage. Sing me now. Mention fusion. Oh, that's right, she doesn't have shields. That should be fine. They really need to do loadout systems. I need to remember to put that in when I do the survey. Loadouts like Warframe would be nice without having to like redo the shit between every single. Like for the, at least for the right side, for the different like reactors and stuff. Unfortunately, I can't follow much of it. Bro, what is the character limit? I can't even fit a whole sentence.
거신에 대한 정보가 필요하십니다.
Couldn't even put in a whole sentence. They're like, nope, you're done. That's all you get. It's like, can you imagine if it's just like you're trying to like put in more words and it just gives you like a message like, use Discord, fucker. Just like, why are you trying to type so much in our game? Oh, oops. This is not the right one. Oopsies. I had been doing the mining, the Vesper mining one so much that I just kind of like autopiloted to it. This was my bad. This does not give anywhere near as much XP as the other one did. I'm trying to figure out like where the blood orb count was at. Let me spawn in. This was the wrong one. Unfortunately, we didn't get one of the amorphous stuff. I'm gonna just be honest. When the game drops, I'm just gonna be living in all of these that give me the amorphous shit for like Freyna. I dropped the skill mod. You get regenerative braking. I'm pretty sure it's a leopard one. I'll just be living in these till I get a stockpile, and then cry when I like you don't get shit for shaper keys. Okay. We can still do it. Oh, I'm leveling. Why am I thinking dumb? Might as well get proficiency while I'm at it. I'll at least do it until we get the third ability. I don't want to go into like the Vesper one with like only 3 things. Or only like level like 5 or 6 or whatever. Oops. It did not pull.
상황이 급하게 확전을 긴급부가
Alright, how many fucking immunity guys did it spawn? Jesus Christ. Spawned like 3 bubbles. I'd walk into one bubble, start shooting, still set immune. Walk into the next bubble, still set immune. Oh. That's the first time I've had the game crash. I've actually never had the game like hard crash on me before. I'm assuming it's not just gonna let me right back on, is it? Yeah, no. That's kind of annoying. Uh-huh. I'd heard people were crashing in the when it would like spawn waves for the resource one. But that's fun.
사랑하는 내 딸 다이야. 조금만 기다리렴. 엄마가 구해줄게.
작업대원들이 고생했죠. 갑자기 카일린의 아르키가 발현될 줄 알았겠어요?
What level did we get? We didn't get very high, did we? No, we got level 5. Ugh. I might upload to Soulstone Survivors just so I can turn my brain off.
근무가 끝나면 란덴에 가서
Yeah, we're gonna swap over to Soulstone Survivors. Actually, Soulstone? No, yeah, we'll do Soulstone Survivors. I don't feel like doing Guild Wars. Fucking Grand Blue Guild Wars are going on right now. I need to remember to do the survey though. To be honest, I mean, depending on when they plan on releasing, because I don't think they have like an official release date yet. I don't know, like, if I'll play it like day of, like when it comes out. Just because, like, I like, if there's like login events and stuff, maybe I might think about it. But server stability makes me go, you know, makes me go, just a little bit, just a little bit. Wrong one. Yeah, my brain's dying. My brain's like starting to turn off. So I'm going to play a game that lets me turn my brain off. My controller to connect. This is one of the few games I play with a controller. So interestingly enough, I can play it like, if I plug in the controller after the game launches, it'll recognize the controller. But if I plug it in, like if I plug my controller in before the game launches, it does not recognize the controller. Okay, I'm gonna go back to trying to unlock stuff. We haven't actually gotten to play him. Oh, that's right, I could. Actually, I'll just farm it with the paladin. 'Cause I haven't actually gotten to try. Conjures an arcane mace to slam target in front of you, dealing damage. Ice. Wait, does this mean they took away a rune? Like one of my runic powers? Or they tied it to an achievement? Because there's no way I could have gotten 8 out of 7 if I didn't already have 8 prior. That's kind of lucky. For parts. Gold and gold. Thinking the ball is here, isn't it? But I need the. Since I don't know how effective this weapon is for the paladin, I'm going to just use it. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't seem like a magical mace. Saying. It seems like an angel doing the things. Alright, we're gonna turn my music off so we can enjoy it. I don't know, I very much enjoy the soundtrack to this game. It's me kind of like just turn my brain off and have a grand old time. I don't know if I want to like go for multi-stacking. The fucking wee ball. I'm probably gonna change the if it pops up. I think it should. I don't remember if it like this is one that will pop up. I don't remember if it was like a specialty weapon or not. Like specialty weapon skill. But there was like a paladin skill that, or a light skill you could take that would like heal you and damage the enemy. Exorcism it is. That's not the one I was thinking about. There's another one, but that one's also pretty good. I love how sometimes I'll just have like my lightning just go off by itself, just off into the distance. this is one that I had been dealing with, but I didn't finish killing it. To be honest, these are like, this is another one of the combinations that getting all three of them together is really sucky. Oh, and then the Death Knight Void version that is in a way better than the the one that you can play as. Because he has a skill that you don't get as the Void Knight. Or as the Death Knight, I mean. This fucking fire one does not want to move. He's just perfectly content sitting there and just casting. Like this, the Eternal Guardian and the fire dude just do not want to move from this position. And that's a terrible spot for them to be in because there's not a lot of like kiting area. That's like actually just horrendous for them to be. That's quite possibly like the worst location they could have like actually spawned in. Because all three of these have a fuck ton of AoE and they just don't want to move. They move all the way back here and hope they fucking get over here. But they also have like ridiculous range on half of their abilities. This kind of shows the main problem that melee skills have is that there's just not enough range. You cannot outrange the bosses. Well, not even outrange. You cannot safely engage the bosses at a range with melee skills. Like, with the way the skills are designed, like you just can't. And then if you get hit by the bosses, you're fucked. Like, I'd be at lower HP if I didn't have Exorcism. Like, I don't know how they would fix that, but... spent too much time playing Ring Around the fucking Rosie with those guys because they just wouldn't move. I'm just gonna move over here. Try not to kill anything. I think I fucked up on like getting modifiers. My damage fell off pretty hard. I also cannot tell like how the paladin's shit is, like the specialty stuff for it. I can't tell if it's doing anything, to be honest. This map's kind of just ass for bosses now. There's just so much terrain. The trees and shit. I think that's part of the reason why summon builds just feel so strong. It's just like, you just have to stay in the general vicinity for your summons to go deal with the problem. Yeah, no, I just don't have any damage with this one. I think the beams aren't as much damage as they used to do. They also feel shorter than I remember. But it also just doesn't help that like this area just doesn't have anywhere with like good terrain to fight 3 bosses at the same time with the skills that I'm using. Whatever, I'll just try to farm materials before the inevitability of my death. It's just the beams I feel like the problem. I feel like, to be honest, like I think like one of the things, like one of my actual constructive criticisms with Soulstone Survivors is that it should never spawn more than one of the stand still and turn with a beam bosses. Like in this situation it's different because I have, you know, 2 stacks of bosses, but like these 2 spawned in the same wave twice. Like, I feel like that just needs to not be a thing because they both cover each other so well. Like, I can't fucking get anywhere near these 2 bosses because they both just do their beam attacks and just spin. And you just can't do anything about it. And it just deals so much damage. Like, personally, I don't think the bosses should be able to spin with their beams, but, you know, it's kind of what it is. I've never liked that about the bosses. I think I'm just gonna eat it. Cause there's no continuing this. 6.7 from the Radiant. I would say the Arcane Mace didn't do anything because it's a kind of falls into one of those shitty skill categories for Soulstones in my opinion, where it's like you kind of don't want it because it doesn't actually do anything good for you. Like, it actually doesn't really do like any damage whatsoever for how small the AoE is. So. Oh, this wasn't the main. This was. Well, these are the holy things. Alright, in that case, and I don't know what the fuck the mace was. I never saw that shit go off. I thought that was the mace thing. It's not. That explains a lot. I take it back. Well, I take it back specifically about the AoE on the mace, not about the other stuff. But you can just see the range difference between the like posse beam shit that we had and this. Like night and day difference. It's actually just like night and day difference. Which I think is a problem. I think that there should be a standard for distance that's for all the melee abilities and stuff like that. And that they should just stick to that standard. Like for the different types, right? Like thrust should always be X amount of distance. Wings should be X amount of distance. Whatchamacallit, yeah, this is the one I was thinking about. Smite. Smite's also really. And then they need to just take that, and then they need to look at like the boss distances and kind of like for abilities and stuff, and kind of just throw it out there. Well, why does he get the Siberian tigers? I just get the fucking Tony the Tiger models for when I'm playing Beastmaster. Dog, what is this shit? What is this there? What in the actual fuck did I just get hit by? Again, it literally just spawned the same three dudes. Like, what the actual fuck? I mean, to be fair, that was awesome. I wasn't paying attention. I kind of wish they would move the summon number and put it like in the middle, like kind of under where the boss health bars are. So you can see that without having to look off to the right hand side of your screen. You know, they have some decent ideas, but I don't think a lot of them work too well with how the game plays out. Like, they took a game where it drops a bunch of AoEs, and then they gave the mechanic that in order to get it, you have to stand inside of a shrinking circle that once it hits the shrinking point, gives you the buff. Like, I get they're trying to make things varied, but sometimes you just gotta accept that, sometimes with the way your game is, it's not gonna work. So I don't know, like, what they'll do. I don't know if they'll change that. I don't know. Because, I mean, they're not the, the Paladin isn't the only one with that problem, though. I still don't like the altar mechanic for the Death Knight. I can't stand in it because I'll die. But then I can't get the buff, which means I'll probably still die. Oh, the tragedy. Like, I'll give them A for creativity, but I don't actually feel that it's a good implementation for the skill. I think it should just be like, you have a circle that spawns and then it shrinks until you like, which is the amount of time you have to get into the circle to get the buff. Because there's no way in hell you're gonna stand inside of one of those to fucking get the buff while you have a boss AoE on top of it. Like, you're just asking to die at that point. Got 7 damage. Is right? I have to have at least like one, don't I? Fuck no, that was this fight. %40 chances. Like, see, like I can't stand in that. Like, how am I supposed to gain the buff that gives me the damage? This is why I feel Necromancers is just so much better. Necros, well, out of all the ones I've played, I feel like Necros is kind of like the gold standard. It just feels the best. You just naturally, I got stuck on, I've been getting stuck on the tree so fucking. You just naturally play the thing, and then you have stuff on the ground that you just naturally go pick up. That once you get enough gives you the buff of, oh my god, why did I get body blocked there, bro? I hit dodge like 6 times. Get me out of there. It just gives it to you, right? Like, Necro feels good. Like, Necro feels like what the mechanics should work, should be like, in my opinion. Because it works with the flow of the game. The Death Knight one can work the same, but I think they need to change it where it's like, like, I think the Ebony Knights need to be permanent. And then as you gain souls and put them in the altar, they power up stronger. Also, I can tell they nerfed the shit out of the hammers. The hammers used to be one of the most busted skills in the game. They used to be so strong. Like, actually so strong. Yeah, no, that AoE is way too fucking small for the fucking game. Hope we tried the Paladin. Not a big fan of the bonus effect. They kind of need to fix that, I feel, or change that. I just don't feel like we're playing the same game. Like if you had showed me that when I was like through development, I'd been like, you want to put somewhere for them to stand still for longer than a second to then get their ability boost? Question mark. In a game where it's all about just a billion fucking things like getting thrown at you. Like, we sure we want to do this? Like, we sure that's like the design that we want for the Pellegrino. I mean, I could also just be missing something that's completely like possible, but I don't think there's a modifier for on your talent tree to give it a bigger AoE. Like, look at that. How am I supposed to stand in there? Like, you can't. You literally cannot. You stand in there, you die. Look at how many AoEs are getting dropped on it. I'm gonna die before I get my next set of things. I just don't have enough HP to actually tank that. Like, I've lost probably like, I want to say like 100 or so HP just trying to get my mechanic. Like, half of it has been because I'm trying to gain the mechanic in order to then get the damage amp to see if I can kill something. Yeah, no, but like, I don't know how people get that, are expected to get that buff. There we go. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna kill anything, but we got the buff. Because the problem is I also can't maintain the buff, right? Because like, in order to keep maintaining the buff, I need to get more of the holy thingies, but I'm just gonna... Or maybe it wasn't the hammers that was the problem. Maybe it was exorcism. All right, exorcism. I got it. Sorry, that one's a no-go. Might's fine. Penance is okay. Mainlining is fine. Hammer of Justice definitely dealt damage. It dealt 9.3. I did have a decent amount of damage amps for it. But yeah, I'm not too sure. That's kind of busted. Crit damage while Vengeful is activated. Cast frequency while Vengeful is activated. Cast frequency while Vengeful. Okay, so it does increase the size, but it's by such a small amount that I don't think it's enough. I think the AoE needs to be bigger. Let's try... We haven't actually gotten to try the Archer. Whenever you take damage, you only fires a ricochet. Oh! We still don't have anywhere near enough gold for it. Oh, that's for the... Get rid of the House of Lord. For now. I think we'll be okay without it. Oh, they definitely like... This used to one-shot everything at this level. Oh, I don't have the specialty skill. It's kind of funny because, like, if you've played World of Warcraft, you see a lot of like references from World of Warcraft in Soulstone. I done with PoE. I'm taking a break from it. It's the grind hasn't been too terribly kind to me, and I was getting a little burnt out due to that. So, and then I have other games I kind of want to be playing, but I'll probably get back to it because I still need to do a couple of. I still need 4 more challenges to get all of the cosmetic, the full tier 1 cosmetic. What was up, Turtle? How have you been? Doing well. I have like no damage. Oh, that's right, actually not. That's why I stuck with the basic bitch bow. Because it was stonkers. Hopefully, you've been succeeding at the relaxation. That's all. For months, I was actually about to say that. I was about to be like, have I she just like secretly streamed and I've missed it? I don't know what happened. I remember last time it was like, oh, break from school, I'll stream more, and she did for like a bit, and then and she's just, it's just like, pourquoi? Donde está? Everything's good, yeah. Hopefully. I mean, I'm assuming probably something just came up with like school and work. Just didn't have time. This is also why I told, you know, kept telling that bum to set up a Discord or Twitter so that way we could at least stay in touch. Or at least you'd have somewhere to like put up info. Come here, you stupid cat. It's time for yeehaw. Yeehaw. Yeah, you fuckers done fucked up now. Alright. What was that? Oh my goodness, was that Oni? How was the rest of the League of Legos? So wow, Oni being biggest bear. Cannon. There you go. Big bear, too big so stonks. Vampire Survivors, it's based. It's in the same like vein. It was probably, I'd say, the like kind of the like one of the ones that came out pretty close after the Vampire Survivors. I kind of like it more than Vampire Survivors because like there's no point where your build gets to where you can just stand still, which I kind of like personally. Like you just always have to be moving. Because of Vampire Survivors, at least like when I played, I haven't played it in so long. It was, you just got to a point where you just stood still and just walked away from the computer and went to do something else. Which is, I mean, it's fun in its own vein. But yeah, this is very like, well, I mean, it is called Soulstone Survivors, so. Oh, you fucking bitch. But from what I understand, originally they were going for like a roguelike game. Because there is a game called like Soulstone Rogues or whatever. And then I guess they saw the Survivor genre and they went like, oh, we can like do that with the with like the assets we have. And so that's how Soulstone Survivors came. Which to be honest has been pretty fun, and they've done, I'd say so far they've done a pretty good job of like taking feedback. It's a small company. I think it's like a handful of people at most, if less than that. I don't know if they expanded, but I also don't know if they like if they've changed their plans on, because I haven't really kept up with the development of it. Like if they changed their plans on releasing a the roguelike. Because I've seen they've done some decent success with the Soulstone Survivors, I feel. I think, and they do really good updates. Like they have like a pretty decent skill tree for every single one of the classes. They have, so far I think every class has 4 different weapons, which comes with which each weapon comes with 2 unique skills, with like an assortment of different like stats and stuff. So it's pretty good. I like it. I'm a bit biased towards it because I found it when I was kind of like getting tired of Vampire Survivors, just because it was a little boring. Of like, get the build to a point where you just stand still and then just wait for the round to end kind of deal. And I was just like, oh, it's really good. I put a decent amount of hours into it when I first like found it. And then like I took a break because, like for instance, Hades, I have yet to go finish playing Hades, but I played the shit out of Hades when it was in early access. But I have not gotten around to like playing it after it released with all the cool new stuff. So just because I played it way too much when it was in early access. I'm trying not to do that with this. Rappa59170, thank you for the follow, please enjoy stay. Oh, it's yeehaw time. It's yeehaw time. Whee! Free. Oh wait, no, that song doesn't work for this. We're not like following, we're riding. Oh shit. There's another Survivors like game that I'm kind of interested in, as it like adds like gear into the system, which is pretty cool. I have the demo. I haven't fully played it. I played like a very little bit of it, but it felt pretty good from the little bit I did play of it. I don't know if I'd say it's like better than Soulstone Survivors for me, because aesthetically I do like the kind of like blocky, cartoony-ness of Soulstone Survivors. And it's more like old school Diablo 2 graphic style as the other one. But I've heard really good things about it. It also has like different classes and stuff. You need to fucking chill your tits there, buddy. Oh my god, there's a void fucking around here somewhere. Good one. Next. Hey, bitch. Oh, there's a cat somewhere. Trying to get my fucking crystals, but this sack of shit keeps putting stuff on them. With towers though, there's like 60 of them. Alright, buddy, calm down. Fucker tried to fucking charge rifle me. Alright, there's like a panther hiding somewhere. Are you sure that's what it means when I see the eyes? Burn. You thought it was Legolas, but it was actually a night elf all along. The other problem is this game doesn't do very well sustained DPS because you just don't have a lot of time to just sit on the boss. Like your sustained DPS has to be very... okay. Where's this? Fucking... Like your sustained DPS basically has to be incredibly high. Because if not, you're not going to be able to kill much of anything when it comes to the bosses. When there's more than one. And then you add the little void hunters in the mix and you're just kind of fucked. The archer booty is not thick. It is very small. There we go. You know, I probably should have gotten the one that just punches through the whole thing. He needs to die like there we go. Oh fuck, I died. Son of a bitch. Something hit me for like 94. That was not a boss. I think it was one of the mounted boys. Where is this fucking panther? That was what I want to know. There you are, you sack of garbage. In my moment of need, you were off with just, I don't know, puffing on catnip. Oh my goodness. I don't actually have enough DPS to kill, like, the bosses at this level. Oh, actually I kind of do. It's just the amount of mobs in the way. How many of those do I have? I have 2 out of. Damage increase, hey less. We can at least take our time here because these are the last 2 bosses, so they won't summon anymore. Which means I'm gonna go look for the stupid cat who's fucking huffing on catnip in some random corner of the map instead of helping me. I didn't think to kill this one. Where is the cat? Because I went around the perimeter of this map and I did not see it. Oh, there it is. I didn't go far enough. Like an actual cat. Making me go through like all the dangerous shit. Yeah, the problem with this skill is that it shoots a lot of projectiles, so it's pretty good on the bosses, but it does not pierce and has very, very short fucking range. Way too short range for a fucking bow skill, but you know, I digress. Ooh, we almost killed the ace dude. See if I can't get another drive-by on him. He's dead. Fuck that guy. Damage increase. Shotgun. Which I don't remember if that's like the specialty skill for this weapon or not. I like the shotgun. The shotgun's really good. Rot is a fantastic debuff. There we go. Easy. Easy. Oh shit. I didn't actually expect to get to level 70 that fast. Ah. What do we need for this stuff? Actually, let's see if like it's even worth like. So this one. So this is one we were using. Oh no, this one uses disengage. Fuck this. This bow is just so bad. To be honest, it's just so bad. Because the spread shot's just way too short range. It does a lot of damage. It's just way too short range. So fires a ricocheting shot in the direction you are aiming at that bounces between targets. Until it's traveled a total of 30 meters, dealing 110 damage, applying doom. And leave a permanent trap in the ground that pulls enemies in a large area towards its position. When an enemy steps on it, causing 400 damage, applying curse. The other one fires a shot in the direction you're aiming at, piercing through enemies in all lines. So basically Cobra shot, as I can tell from the icon. 2 secondary bolts are released on impact. And then venomous volley. Okay, actually, that one actually sounds pretty fun to use. Because the reason that I would use this one is because it has fragility, which is really, really good. Because it makes shit take increased damage. So it was just too good. Disengage really isn't all that great, mostly because there's nothing that synergizes with it. But this one's gonna be pretty fun. These are all the ones I haven't finished leveling, and then there's a couple in here that we actually just don't have. Like, I'm thinking these 4 trees are characters that aren't in the... Or like the rest of these trees. Actually, I think like all the question mark trees are the ones that aren't in the game. Because I have the assassin here, but I don't have like any levels on him, on the assassin and the element. Yeah, so there's still like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 classes? 7 classes? Because I think everything in the game has a skill tree at the moment. 1, 2. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. Oh, it's 8. Cool. More like that. Oh, I forgot about ricocheting shot. It's fine. That's fine. We're gonna do more leveling, so. We'll see how it feels to use the new bow, and if it feels like stonks, then I'll up the we'll get the extra shit involved. Oh, I keep forgetting to look at his runes. He has very basic bitch runes. I wonder if I have the reduced AoE one. I forgot to check that. There's one where you have like a reduced area of effect, but you get like increased damage. That I was running on almost everything. Well, everything that wasn't like predominantly melee. And even some of the melee things, depending on like what the skills were. Because there are some melee skills that just have a fucking enormous an enormous like hit range on them. That deals a disgusting amount of damage compared to the last build. To be fair, I also put like runes in, or not runes, but skill tree. Nice. Oh, that does not volley the way I was expecting it to. That's a very short cooldown though. Am I gonna die, motherfucker? Apparently the answer is yes. There we go, chakrams. I'm looking at. Wait. This really doesn't. Oh, it has missile. What? What? How is that not a projectile? I'm literally shooting a snake, I think. Okay. It even has a little noise, which did not sound like a very fearsome battle steed. It sounded like a sick cat, but you know what? We take what we can get. Okay, I actually don't think that like the poison volley is like all that way. The first bow like just gives you such a huge like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a huge, like it gives you a pretty high standard for the following bows because the abilities on it are so good. Because you have like the shot that applies fragility, and then all I'm saying it has rain of arrows, which is like its specialty skill. That's also just fucking ridiculously good. Oh shit. Oops. I kind of clicked that like on reflex, and I actually wanted to see what the abilities were. This new bow feeling good. Feels pretty good. It came back anyway. Oh, I keep forgetting to use lock. Oops. I was trying to decide if I wanted to use that again or not. Because it was really good, but I didn't want to give up any of my abilities that I have right now. Alright. I don't think the volley... Well, I didn't want to give up the volley because I buffed it. I already used a couple of, like, level ups on it. Passives. But, I don't think the volley's that. Like, if I didn't have, like, direct levels on it, I probably would just swap it. That would probably be the skill I swap for Bloodlust. Because the basic skill is fucking ridiculously powerful. Like, actually just ridiculously powerful. Ballista. Oh, okay. Do I want ballistas? I kind of do, but I don't want to drop anything because I buffed it all. Fuck. I like ballistas. Ballistas are good. Ballistas are cool. The ballista. Yeah, I definitely should have gotten the sniper shot with the spread shot, just because having something that pierces is really good. Because like having the ricochet shot was nice, but the problem is that like when dealing with the bosses, I couldn't control like if the ricochet would actually deal a good amount of damage to them. Well, if you get the sniper one, you at least like pierce through the boss, and it'll get full damage. Let's make no mistake. Well, at least we'll see. But like the oh, there it is. The sniper shot does a lot of damage, especially the bosses, if you can hit them with it. It does a fuck ton of damage. Which is why whenever there's like cast frequency for it, I'll take it. I'm still kind of mad the Death Knight has a skill that we don't get. At least on the Death Knight. I'm thinking it's a Chaos Walker skill. Which just makes you go, oh, why the fuck is it on the Death Knight NPC? Okay, game, calm down. Calm down. Holy shit. I don't even know what the fuck hit me. But it hit me for fucking 90 something. 94, I think. I think the sheer amount of dots that you fucking like stack on a target with the Cobra Strike is what's like murdering everything. You know, now after getting like a bunch of stuff for it, the Venomous Volley might actually be dealing a decent amount of damage. I just don't know if it's like worth like this much investing over, say, something like Bloodlust. Because we're definitely casting a shit ton in one location. When something gets hit by it, it is not happy. It is not having a good time. It dies. Oh, those are just on the same fucking box twice. I hate when it does that. It spawns the same boss twice. It's not too bad when it's the prophetess, but it's a pain in the ass when it's some of the other ones. When you get double ice bosses, fuck that noise. Just absolutely fuck that noise. Cause like, well, combinations of bosses, you know, frustrating to deal with in some cases, but like, you know, you're still kind of dealing with, you know, two different bosses. Like, when it's the same boss, it's a pain in the ass to deal with, and you get two of them in one pull, you're like, dog. You're like, you've got to be shitting me, bro. There's just no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. These do we have? Did we need it? Probably not. Am I gonna take it anyway? Yeah. I still have a feeling it's probably gonna come out that like the venomous volley is like the lowest, or like on the lower end for like how much of an AoE ability it is. Did I not kill the thing? And don't get me wrong, it's great for spreading like dots and stuff, but like I have plenty of other abilities that can do that just as well, that don't require me to aim it. Those two just got absolutely deleted. Just absolutely deleted. Okay, dealt more than I was expecting actually. 8.5, that's actually a lot. The sniper shot was when I was expecting it. That shit used to deal a fuck ton of damage, but I think it's just because I didn't have as much. Yeah, we had like 3 for the damage increase here, 2 for the multicast, even though I think I had 45%, 60% here. Bigger area of effect. It also had the nature damage on it. All I know is that when sniper shot got like, when I actually shot it, it like something would fall over and die. But definitely like Noxus shot is like incredibly strong. Incredibly strong. That's something I can craft. Oh, this right. I forgot about the barbarian. My old main before the Beastmaster came out. The Houndmaster, the OG busted fucker. What do I need for this? A lot of arm. You could farm it. I think I have like a couple rounds left in me. My sleep has just been so poor this week that like my body's just like, bro, you need to actually just go lay down. As my body has always had a very like, oh, this is the first time being on this map since they added like all the new like, enemies to it, but has a very like obvious tell for when it's like it's just tired, and that's because my joint, and that has been something I have had since like I was a child. It's always funny when people are like, oh, you're getting old. I'm like, I guess I was old at like 12 then, because that's just how I've always been. Makes me sad that I'm killing little baby Renekton's, but... Oh, fuck you guys! How dare you come at me like that? I kind of hope that eventually it ends up that like each like map has their own like at least like final boss or some shit on it. What in tarnation? Crazy little buggy boys. Ballistas, let's go. Are the ballistas good? Not really. At least not when I last used them. Will I still use them? Yeah. Yeah, I will. Why? Because I like them. Oh, that just... period. Oh. as much as I love the ballistas, you know what I love more? The chakrams. Get fucked up. I actually think the chakrams deal, like, the chakram damage kinda doesn't translate well to the DPS window, I feel. Because every time I don't use them, like, I feel like I just deal no damage. And then, like, I pick them up and all of a sudden shit starts dying. Which I think is just the sheer dot damage from rot. It's just, I don't know if I want to keep split shot or swap that for chain light. Which is why I haven't just skipped active skills yet. Of course you would just keep running in circles in the fucking boss's AoE, you sack of garbage. Like, it's actually just fucking trolling me right now. I do not give a shit about that Panther right now. Like, it's actively just trolling me. It's staying inside the fucking bosses. I'll grab it after I kill the bosses, because it's like, I'm just dying trying to grab it. I have not seen a single fucking cat go in circles like that, except for this one. This one's literally just trolling me. These things are actually like fucking cats. They're like, how are we gonna make your life more fucking difficult than it already is right now? Actually just getting trolled over here. This demon beast. Actual fucking trolling, dude. Never trust the cat. They're always out to get you. I don't actually know what the runes on this guy had. I forgot to check it when I was looking at the skill tree. I actually just completely forgot to check. Kind of my bad. Double Alexi. Oh, there we go. A cat that's not trolling me. I take it back. I think he's just coded to run in circles, which is not that great. Like when you're like taming him, I think it's just coded to run in circles. I think he should run in like a straight line or something. %40 chance is good enough. I don't really feel like we need higher than that just with the sheer amount of like times we're attacking. Oh, those look fucking sick. A pylon, you say? I mean, you know, I feel like we need more sci-fi ARPGs. Does that make sense? I know there was like, what is it? Gate Watchers or some shit like that. There was one that was like kinda sci-fi-ish-esque, to some degree. There was a bit of it that I was like, it's not very sci-fi, but it's close enough. Because like I very much enjoy playing the Warhammer 40k ARPG. It's a little clunky. It's a little on the clunkier side of things, but it's pretty fun just because it's a change of pace. I also have Warhammer Chaos Bane that I actually haven't played all that much of. I played a little bit of it, and then I kind of got sidetracked with other shit, and I almost died there. And I feel like I should revisit that. That might be on the menu of games to revisit when I decide to play like backlog games. Because again, I don't really plan on streaming First Descendant anymore. I'll probably play it over the weekend. I definitely don't plan like on doing like too much more since I was able to kill Dead Bride with Bun and their friend. So I've like done most of the objectives I've cared about. The only other thing I care about is like checking what like characters I might be interested in. Like I discovered that Kyle, while I'm kind of like, you know, seemed kind of cool, like kind of didn't really, there was something about his playstyle that I kind of just didn't jive with. I think part of it was also just I have Ajax as a comparison, and like I just thoroughly enjoy Ajax. So if I'm gonna play like a defensive character, I might as well just play Ajax. Even though like I think part of it's also just like I didn't have, like Kyle does really well with anything that converts, like gives you minus mana for positive something else, because he doesn't have a mana bar. So like there is no negatives to that, you just get all positives, because since you have no mana anyway, it could give you negative 5,000 mana and you would literally not give the faintest of shit. But I don't think I have much more reason to play the open beta, because like any of the grinding done is not gonna like convert over. I still can't believe people are asking like how much of the, like if any of the open beta is going to like progress over into the game, and I'm sitting here like, you're literally getting free premium currency, like a lot of it. What do you think? Like, but like honestly, like sometimes I feel like people should have a little common sense with it. Like we don't even have a release date. We don't even know that shit's coming out this year. So like, there's just no way. I feel like the birds just don't matter. Or not the birds, the cats just don't matter. I don't like fucking birds. Like they're a nice little addition, but it's kind of whatever. I wish the I feel like the cab mount should like have a swipe or something on it. But maybe that's a talent. Or they could just add a talent if it's not. But so the plan is to starting next week I will probably do TFT during the day for ranking purposes, Apex at night for BP purposes, and doing the collection event. He's a dead man, he just doesn't know it yet. That. And then once I finish the collection event, and you know, definitely once I finish the collection, like reward track, and then depending on how I feel, probably take a break from Apex, and that's when I'll probably do TFT during the day, continue depending on how I'm feeling, right? Like obviously my goal is to hit diamond again if I'm feeling it for the set. To be honest, the current set doesn't feel that bad. Like it's got a little wonkiness to it, but the more I play it, it's kind of grown on me a little bit. So, you know, maybe we'll keep playing it past diamond, or if you know we're feeling good, like after hitting diamond, like you know maybe we're doing some good effort to get up there. We'll you know we'll stick with it. Movable object increases all damage you cause by 30. Reduces the time needed to bomb, critical damage chance. Damage chance. Increases your cast where you can perform a gato. What does he? Multi-chain. Okay, so it does have that one. Execution, I feel is right. Oh. Nothing. That seems decent to you. Okay, we're gonna do one more run. Decent amount, I imagine. Wait, is it not? It's 10. Right? And it's Dungeon of Despair, isn't it? Yeah, it's Dungeon of... I don't know why I thought that was that. Guess we'll find out if it can handle Void 6. Win or lose, this will be the last one. Tired. My brain is dying. I swear the cat's literally just coded to run through the AoEs and shit. It literally made a beeline straight, not like around it, not like near it, straight through the middle of the thing that when you set off the AoE, if you get caught in it, will kill you. Because the AoE from the ghost dude is a one-shot. Oh, holy fuck. The huge AoE after I took off the other one. Like, that's actually like a massive AoE. Wait, I'm curious, did I have that on the... I might have had that on the Paladin. I think I should just take that off of almost every single ability. Hold on to that. Or not almost every single ability, but almost every single character. Especially the melee characters. I don't think the trade-off is worth for melee characters. I think it's worth for like minions, because it doesn't really matter. So you cannot call me paranoid when it does it every time. It runs straight through the middle of the thing that can murder you. Yeah, because especially with like an ability like Poisonous Volley, the overlaps like are such huge damage things. Because it's like, for instance, you have a chance to guarantee multicast on a like, you know, for, like, this is the thing that a lot of, like, I feel like newer gamers kind of, like, get caught up on, right? You'll get a choice, right? Because I've seen my nieces do this, where it's like, you can cast an ability twice as often, right? Or you get a 70% damage buff on that one ability, right? And a lot of times newer players will look at that and be like just newer gamers in general, not like newer players to a game or something, but newer gamers, because sometimes there are certain games where you don't want the other one, or there are certain abilities, right, like dot abilities and stuff. If they don't stack, then you don't want like doing it too much. You want the cooldown to kind of line up with when the dot's about to fall off to be like most efficient. But like a lot of like newer gamers will look at that and they'll take the 70%, and then you sit there and you go, if you can cast the ability twice as often in the same time span, that's a 100% damage increase with double the chances of critting. Like it's such a huge DPS boost, and so many like newer gamers I've seen just fall for this, like for kind of like the bait of like, oh, you know, well, it says 70% increased damage. It's like, yeah, but the cooldown reduction of the other one would put the ability so low that you're basically getting a 100% damage increase plus an extra chance to crit, which the 70% one does not give you. Oh my god, bro. Never mind, I take it back. Poisonous Volley, like after taking off the after taking off the the mod for reduced area, like holy shit, that's insane. Well, actually, I also got the AoE one. I was thinking I got like a big AoE one that made it like enormous. Yeah, my wrist is killing me, so this is gonna be the last one for today. I got some sort of. Oh yeah, this one, area of effect by an additional 40%. Yeah, that's insane. It's so good. I almost feel like for most builds, like taking the Executioner rune is kind of like a no-brainer. How many dashes can we get? Yes. It is literally impossible for me to like run out of dashes or like have a dash on cooldown. I mean, I can still die, but like, because I'm not dashing fast enough, there's like a second in between. I don't know where the cat went. I egoed that for no fucking reason. I was just like, I got 20 dashes, I'm chilling. Yeah, see, I'm like 90% sure he's coded just run in circles, which is like the worst thing that he could do in this game. It's actually like the worst thing. I think we're just gonna skip a bit. That's at 2. How many of these do we have? Put that to 3. This reminds me of like a build from like, I think it was like Torchlight or some shit. Alright, I'm pretty sure Venomous Volley is probably gonna be the highest damaging fucking ability I have. It's just because of the sheer amount of overlap. You get so much damage out of it. Like just so much damage. Like actually like, yeah. Where did I put it? Well, that's not. So there's this weird thing where I have this like this hairband that was like, it was way too big, it was way too stretched out. That I had like on my arm that for some reason was helping relieve like the wrist pain. I don't know where I put it. See if I could. I want to go see if I could find it because it's kind of actually starting to tingle pretty badly. So that's why I said this was gonna be the last one, regardless of if we made it or not. Because my wrist was giving me the "Oi, fuck, stop playing the games" message. I grab some HP since I did this stupid thing and decided to ego 3 bosses that were alive by spamming my dash. To try to get a cat that doesn't even actually do much for me. See you later, nerd. Oh, I still have Poison Bolt. I completely forgot I had that ability. I was trying to think of shit to like change out, and I was like, oh no, everything's good. See the Poison Bolt one pop up, and I was like, wait a minute, when the fuck did I get that? Ooh, dazed. Better. Also, this weekend I need to actually be a responsible person and like vacuum my room. I've been procrastinating on it for longer than I actually want to admit. Now we can safely skip. Not worried about it. I love when Chain Lightning just goes off and just yeets in some random ass direction at like a far off enemy for like no real specific reason. I take back what I said about Poison Volley earlier. It's low-key kind of busted. Which one of you fuckers punted me for 20 damage? Was it you who just died, bitch? It would appear as those things. No, there's nothing occurring on the screen, Rook. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Are you drinking the good juice? We're just sitting here, just staring at a wall. What do you mean things are happening? Like the paint is already dried. It's not even. We're not even watching paint dry. It's already done. Paint is already eaten. Maybe you were tripping on something. Let's go to Rick. I think you were streaming? Question mark? I vaguely remember seeing a go live thing for you, I think, before I started. But the overlap, like in the middle, is so dumb. Multicasting though. Both Apex and Valorant? Who made you play Valorant of all things, Rook? I cannot believe it. Y'all that. Aw, you fucking bitch. Fucking. literally just ignoring the fucking special mechanic because there's just no point. There's no way that the poison volley isn't like the highest damage. There's just no shot. 23 million. I mean, Noxious shot was pretty close behind it. 23 million though. Holy shit, that was insane. Oh, and the not bad. Retaliatory arrow is the passive. Wait, I got 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh, no wonder the 8-minute one is so close. So I'd say it's pretty good. Some of the new, I mean, hit or miss. There's a couple really solid hits, and then there's a couple pretty misses. But this is like, depending on how long since you've played, this is what's waiting for you. Passive trees, which each one gives like a new mechanic to every class. So far from personal experience, well, yes and no, because unlike Path of Exile, it's literally just divided by class. Like, Barbarian is, you know, is here. And while there are passives that can, like for instance, this one can affect other characters, like it's not like I'm gonna get Rage Unleashed on the Elementalist over there. But it's really just like a bunch of small skill trees like stacked together. But like from what I've played so far, the Necromancer, the Legionnaires isn't too bad for like new abilities. Like the new little passive traits they get like is pretty good. The Death Knights like can be good, but it needs like fixing. It's a little bit too much of a pain in the ass to fucking actually put out. The Paladin one, they need to change how you get the fucking holy power. That shit's ridiculous. Like the amount of times I've almost died just like even attempting to get it is crazy to me. It's a really small AoE you have to stand inside of. I don't know if the AoE is affected by like reduced AoE, like the rune, but pretty crazy. But you get, there's also new runes, which is pretty interesting. This one sounds pretty interesting. I don't know if I'd use it though. Super rune it costs, but the fact that the new weapons are pretty good, and the fact that like maps now have like their own unique like enemies is a nice touch. I'm hoping they do the same for the bosses though, right? Like we've had the same bosses forever now, but I'm assuming that like they're, you know, it's easier to just work on generic enemy models that'll have the same like movesets, just, well, not the same movesets. Some have their own unique stuff in it, but this bow is busted. Like actually just busted. Just, it's so strong. It's so good. Let's see. I haven't gotten to play it, the spider staff, but I saw Smock use it and it looked really strong. The bear one is great. I love it. The plague rats are fucking disgustingly broken. They're so strong. The Death Knight just feels weird. I think it's just, I think they need to just give it a dash. Just give him a dash. I don't know. I don't feel like with the way the game is, I don't think not having a dash is, like, unable to dash is not worth the immune to stun, in my opinion. So, or the immune to like knockbacks and shit like that. But I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but I'm still a Death Knight hoe because it's a Death Knight and I love Death Knights. Yeah, it's not bad. I'd say it's definitely like worth playing. Worth getting back into. I'm trying to get like all the weapons unlocked, so that's gonna take a while because I need to hit level 70 on a bunch of stuff. It's gonna take forever on this fucker. Oh, he's 114. I saw the 1-star, so I was like, oh, he's not that high level, and then I forgot that I played him a shit ton. I haven't played him at all. Yeah, there's definitely plenty to do. But there's definitely some stuff they need to work on. I feel like the Necros is still probably the best, like, feeling for a specialty thing, because it just basically, like, as somebody who's played a lot of World of Warcraft, I love how many Warcraft references there are in it. This fucker's, like, ability, like, special, like, trait thing that he gets is called him summoning the Ebony Knights. They literally just took Ebon Blade and just replaced Blade with Knights and then put Y at the end of Ebony, and then we're just like, yep, perfect. To be honest though, I'm here for it. It's so good. Necromancer literally gets abominations though. He collects like 5 parts and then he just has an A-bomb running around. No hook though, unfortunately. But yeah, Legionnaire gets catapults. This guy gets like chaos shrines. This guy gets literally like paladin, like wings of vengeance shenanigans. This is literally Night Elf Panther writing. Angry Barbarian. I need to play more of him. I need to get him up to like 100 and get his stuff unlocked. He's kind of the next one I'm trying to get weapons for. Gonna take a while. But yeah, so no, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Only played Barbarian. Barbarian was who I played the most when I first got into it, and then like pretty soon after they released because like he's been like 50 forever. Him and the Houndmaster were the two I played the most, and then they released like the Death Knight and the Necromancer, and I was just like, say less dog, and the Beastmaster. But you level him before moving on to the next one. I mean, like, if you're going for weapons, that shouldn't take too long. It's just getting to 70. Because at 70, you get the ability to craft the weapons, and then you just need to farm for materials. I don't know. I just like trying new shit. Because I think when I first played, like, it was up to here. The Arcane Weaver. Well, because like, well, of course, when I first played. When I first played, I bought this at launch. I bought this when it released. Because I remembered playing the demo and just loving it. I think all we had was this in the demo, and then I tried like, I think it was like up to here, and then they started adding the newer stuff. Wait, what does that other weapon do? Oh. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it from me though. Soulstones is fun though. I like it. I do enjoy it. If you like Vampire Survivors, I definitely suggest playing Soulstone. It's really good. I think it's a really good like step up from Vampire Survivors personally. Alright, we're gonna go say hi to Dine. I think he's trying to get to Masters this season for League of Legends. I don't know why the crazy Osu player wants to be putting himself through such punishment, but we're gonna go support him and say hello. But thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. If it is early Nafy, hope you have a good day. If it was late Nafy, hope you rest well. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I do hope to see you all again in the next one. Bye bye. Have a good weekend.